students, welcome to today's session. This is Sweta, your English Master Teacher at Vedantu, and today we are going to study a beautiful poem, The Road Not Taken, from your class 9 CBSE. Right? So let us move ahead with the poem. This beautiful poem, which is going to give you some very important message in your lives as well. That is, and that message definitely you can carry with yourselves. Okay. So let us begin the poem. Before beginning the poem, let me tell you something very important, guys. So basically, we are providing you the online education. So we have tried to analyze some of the problems that you face. So tell me whether you do face these problems, whether you agree with us, yes or no. Doubts, notes, tests and assignments, competitive exams, choice of schedule, choice of language. So these are the major issues faced by the students, right? So don't worry, guys. These problems that you face are no more the problems. Why? Because we have the solution for them, for all of them. Doubts, no doubts would be remaining unsolved, because we are going to solve your doubts by giving you personalized attention in our Vedantu platform. So we have our class teachers, we also have our master teachers who would definitely give you the personalized attention that you require to solve all the doubts. Notes you can get after each and every session. Teachers' handwritten notes as well. Tests we do conduct, and we also give you the performance report so that you can analyze your shortcomings and work on them. Assignments after each and every session. Competitive exams, we do provide the guidance for various competitive exams and Olympiads. Schedule, according to your choice, we would be providing you time slots and you could choose any one of your convenience based on your convenience. Choice of language, again, we have we had this issue, great issue, right? So we have actually made this channel on that purpose, right? So we have the same for Vedantu as well, Vedantu platform as well. So we have Hindi as well as English as your language. You can select whatever your language is, right? Wherever you are comfortable in, whichever language you are comfortable. Plus, we also have some bonus features like unlimited live classes. Yes. So you also have micro course as well as crash course. Now, what is this micro course? It's going to give you personalized attention to, personalized, sorry, what to say, the individual attention to chapters. Okay? Individual attention to chapters. That is very important. Why? Because sometimes you feel like, oh, I'm having some problem in this chapter. I need a revision of this chapter. Wow, very good. Attend the micro course. You will be absolutely clarified with the chapter, right? So a crash course is also there, which is going to revise the entire syllabus. Then performance report. Yes, as I told you, we give you the performance report based on the tests that we conduct, and of course personalized attention that I have already talked about. So most of the students, what they do is they usually take up tuitions for some subjects like maybe maths or science, and they leave some other subjects. But in Vedantu, we don't do that. So that is that is hindering you from going to the top, because somewhere what you are, some of the subjects which you think maybe you could manage, at the end you end up losing marks over there. So that is why we are providing you all the 6 subjects: English, social science, maths, physics, chemistry, biology. All the 6 subjects, equal attention. Full structured format of educating you guys, right? So don't miss the opportunity, guys. So we are going to take you to that level so that you secure the top position, right? So vdnt.in/ytpro. Just visit this link and you will get the following options. Choose your grade, choose your board, check out the details, click on get subscription, and then you have 3 types of subscription: 1 month, 3 month, and 6 month. Whatever you are convenient in, guys, you can definitely go for that. So monetary wise, financially, I would tell you that 6 months would be more convenient, because that would be less costly than the 1 month, right? So still, if you are not very comfortable with that, you can also go with 1 month or the 3 month subscription, right? So now I'll tell you the coupon code which would give you 15% discount, guys. SWREPRO. If you apply this coupon code, you're going to get 15% off, right? So don't miss this golden opportunity, guys. and give us the opportunity to take you to that level, to help you be the achiever. So hurry up, and I don't think there is any reason not to take the subscription, guys. So if you want to fill up the gaps, if you want to study in a planned manner, structured manner, because that is the most important, success mantra, right? Study, everyone studies, but who is the one who is securing the top? Someone is securing the top 90% up, and someone is securing 70 to 80%. What is the difference? Where is the difference? The difference is in the planning, in the guidance, and in all the other features that I told you. And of course, individual attention to each and every subject, equal importance to each and every subject. If you can do these three parts, which we are going to definitely help you, right, do, and that would be your success mantra, guys. So hurry up and don't miss this amazing opportunity. And yes, guys, you don't even need to pay more than 7 rupee per class. Isn't that amazing? Quite reasonable. So I think you should not miss this, right? So, moving ahead with The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. So, most of you must be knowing Robert Frost. He is a famous poet. He's an American poet, and he is basically famous for his rural development. Depiction of rural life, realistic depiction of rural life. And in this poem, also, he has, he's also known to be writing about some very deep philosophical issues. So here also we would find a very interesting philosophical issue which is suitable and relevant for our everyday lives. Right? So without wasting further time, and yes, do keep the poem with you so that you could, very well relate to it. Right? So I'm going to read out the poem as well. Okay? Stanza wise. So today's session would be dealing with the analysis of the poem. Right? So now the road not taken. Now look at this title. The title is very, very, very important and kind of arouses different question. Why? Because the title is The Road Not Taken. So question number one, poet asking about is the poet talking about the road which should be taken, or which he has taken, or the road which he has not taken? Now, if he is talking about the road which he has not taken, is he regretting the fact that he has not taken the road? Or is he happy with the fact that he has not taken that particular road, but he has taken the other road? These are the questions immediately that is coming in your mind after reading the title, right? So now let us see what is written in the poem, what he is trying to say in the poem, right? So this is Robert Frost's first poem in his book, Mountain Interval, okay? And the popular belief is that Frost, when he is writing the poem, if you read the poem, the popular belief is that this is the poem about hope, success, and defying the odds by choosing the path. Because at the end of the poem, he writes, I took the path less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. So, of course, you are guessing that this is a poem about hope and success because he has chosen something unique, and therefore he's writing about that, right? But on the other hand, if the poem is reviewed, because one poem can have multiple perspectives, right? That is the beauty of literature. So it is quite obvious that it also has the opposite connotation, or it could also have the opposite connotation, right? So this is a little complicated poem, guys, and it's kind of if you read the poem, you'll understand. So let's get into the poem, right? Without spoiling the fun. Okay. So as I told you that this poem is from his book Mountain Interval, so it is written in the first person style. Okay. And one more important point that you need to know is it is actually based on his Welsh friend named Edward Thomas. Now, according to this poet, Edward Thomas was always regretful of his decision, irrespective of the road that he had taken. Now, here, road is having a symbolic meaning. As I go into the poem, I'll explain you the meaning as well, right? Okay, guys. So now we will see stanza 1. Now, let us read the stanza and then we could relate to it. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood. Diverged is forked in this manner. You can see here, right? And sorry, I could not travel both. And be one traveler, long I stood and looked down as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth. So here the poet is, if you take it on a literal surface, the poet is, there he has arrived in a position where two roads are diverging, and yellow wood, the yellow in color, like it is forest, wood is forest, and it is yellow, it would represent autumn season. Okay? And he could not travel both the roads. That is why he is sorry. That is, he is regretting the fact that he would not be able to travel both the roads. And be one traveler long. So since he was a traveler, he was standing for a long time, and he was judging that where is the road bending. He was seeing, he was trying to judge the pros and the cons of both the roads, right? So this was the literal meaning. And here, if we look at it from in a figurative level, then we will see that the stanza, the first stanza, is introducing the dilemma that every human being face. The roads therefore symbolizes the road of our life, the journey of our life. So we all are travelers in the journey of our life, and we all come to a point where we find multiple roads or maybe two roads, and we are in a dilemma to decide which road to take, which path to take. So that is exactly what he's saying, right? So we go through many circumstances and experiences, and one of that is choosing between two or more paths. We experience this literally in the roads we take and the routes we walk on a daily basis, and figuratively. So that's what I said, this could be seen literally as well as figuratively, right? So when we come to points in our lives, we must take decision for our next steps based on the opportunities presented to us. And like the character in the road not taken, we are sometimes disappointed. Why? Because we cannot hold on to and experience the consequence of every opportunity that is presented to us. So both the roads suggest two opportunities. So we cannot travel both the roads, right? So that time we sometimes regret. As the traveler is regretting, he's saying sorry. So we also face this same circumstance, because we are not able to experience the consequence of each and every opportunity. Opportunity is symbolized by the road. Okay. In order to gain some things in life, we must let others go. By having the character in the poem examine the roads ahead of his life, Frost is emphasizing that we all shall try our best to guess what lays ahead. Okay, what is lying ahead of us in every opportunity. That means he is also seeing that, he's stopping there, and he's trying to judge what is laying ahead, what is there ahead of him, right? When he is standing at that point and seeing the road till where it is bending. So similarly, we are also we are also trying to see what is lying ahead of us in terms of opportunity. We also try to waver what is the pro, what is the con, right? And then later we try to comfort our final decision that okay, we have taken this and we haven't taken that. So we will come to that at the end of the poem, right? And we like to take our time in order to make informed decisions so that we can justify our choices. And at the end of the poem, we see that the poet is justifying his choice, right? So let us move ahead. See, we will see the poetic devices, right? In the very first stanza, two roads diverged in a yellow wood. So yellow wood, we can see it's an imagery, right? And two roads diverged in a yellow wood. So two roads, okay, diverged in a yellow wood. We can also see consonants over here, right? And then metaphor is also there. There are many metaphors in the poem. For example, road. So as I told you, the entire poem is a comparison. So between our journey and definitely, so that is a metaphor. So you can read this here, right? So I have already explained what is the metaphor over here. So you can read it from here. Next, we will see the next stanza. Okay. then took the other just as fair and having perhaps the better claim. So finally he takes one road, okay, because it was having the better claim. Why was it having the better claim? Because it was grassy and wanted wear, because it was filled with grass, it looked green, it looked beautiful, and not many people had traveled, because it wanted somebody to, somebody to step on the grasses so that it is wearing out. And that is what I mean by wanted wear, that it means that somebody should travel there so that it wears out, right? So though as for that passing there had warned them really about the same. Okay, so stanza 2 is clarifying the common misunderstanding. What is that? That one road was less traveled than the other, since the character, that is the poet, clearly says that both roads were really about the same. Last line, okay? Though as for that passing there had warned them really about the same. So when he travels a distance, he could understand that he was confused, that one road was not traveled, not frequented by many people, right? And that is the confusion that we have, okay, in our lives as well. And he says that both roads were really the same when he had traveled a little far. And so here you see that it portrays the uncertainty of the character. We also face this kind of uncertainty, right? As he tries to justify to himself that his decision is right. So when we travel then less traveled by, we have to justify, we try to console ourselves. No, I have taken the right direction, right? That is exactly what the poet is trying to do. And much like anyone else, he's clearly trying to realistically weigh the outcome of both the roads. The important idea to note in this stanza is that the character is, claimed the road he chose was better because it wanted wear, meaning that it was tempting him. Why? Because it was green. Okay, he felt that the road he chose wanted to be walked by him, wanted where, as I explained you. Now this phrase is important, right? Now this underlies, as I explained you, that this also is the nature of people in general, that whatever is attractive, whatever feels attractive, we go to that path, right? And then yeah, and then if both paths have equal potential of getting us wherever, however, we forget, and after walking a certain distance we understand, no, both had equal potential, right? But somehow we need to console ourselves, no, 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 whatever I have taken is the correct one. Okay, so no matter where we end up and how informed, tempting and satisfying our choices were, we will always wonder the what ifs and the could have beens of the opportunities that we have left behind. So in the two choices, we choose one because we cannot choose both, right? And finally, after choosing one, we try to always weigh what if we had chosen the other one, right? So that is the normal human tendency. So see over here the poetic devices I have already mentioned here, right? So you could have a look, okay? So personification, consonants and assonance and simile. As, just, as, fair. So as, so simile, right? Because it was grassy and wanted wear, okay? We have consonants, sorry, this is personification, right? Grassy and wanted wear. This is personification of the road, and assonance and consonants in the next one. Though as for that, the passing, right? So by now I think you have been able to make out which one is assonance and which is the consonants part. And next we will see the next stanza. Now the next stanza shows both that the morning equally lay in leaves, no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day. So he is keeping the one of the roads for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. So he then says that first of all, he's being truly honest with himself, and he says that he makes the crucial decision of which road to take. In the third stanza, he's making the crucial decision, and his honesty is a reality check as well as a means of taking the final decision. And he notices that both the choices lay equally in front of him, and none of these choices have been trodden black. So, in leaves, no step had trodden black. So, none of his choices are trodden black because both, you know, see, yes, so both are equal, both the roads are equal. Okay, that is his realization. Sometimes in life we do reach a fork where we are able to make quick decision based on what we have learned from other people's experience, right? And these experiences then leave marks in the choices that we have made. These marks then form our bias towards or against that path, and that is what exactly it means by no step had trodden black, right? So when we encounter choices in our lives where we find that the leaves are not trodden black by what we have learned from the people around us, it becomes difficult. Okay, so when we see that we have people, we are not having people who are already experienced. We usually take the learn from other people's experience, right? So if we see that we have come to that path where we don't have people from whom we can learn, right? So that is exactly meant by trodden black. No leaves are trodden black. That means everything is fresh. We need to step that grass. Okay, so that time it becomes very difficult for us. And after making his decision, he exclaims that he will leave the first choice for the other day. Okay, so oh, I kept the first for the other day, but he knew that I doubted if I should ever come back. He had this dilemma in him. He had this doubt at the back of his mind that he would never be able to return back and then start afresh. Taking the other road, I mean, returning back and taking the next road would mean symbolically that he would come back from where he had gone and then start afresh, which is not always possible even in our lives. So, as I told you that there are many defining decisions in a person's life that shape their future, and sometimes when we select an option, they change our course and there is no turning back. Exactly what I just now told you, right? So that is where we regret of not exploring other option, and that sometimes disturbs us. So now you can see here we have imagery. In leaves, no step had trodden black. So when we actually read this line, instantaneously in our mind, we have this image of leaves which is completely green in color and it is not black in color. Why? Because people have not people have not stepped on those leaves. And then we come to the last stanza, which is the most important stanza in the poem. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Very important, okay? Somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverge in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference of quoted line from your for your exam. And when you are actually saying this, when you are actually asked this question, this is commonly misread as being something what to say, giving you some kind of success mantra or giving you some kind of motivation, that if you take the road which is unique, then it would be making some kind of difference. Usually it is read with this interpretation. However, if we go into a little more depth, we would find that this could also mean something else. So this is actually the alternative meaning of the poem. So if you write the figurative meaning, if you also write somehow the alternative meaning as well, I think that would lead to the enrichment of your answer, right? So it is asking about the regret. It's highlighting our regrets. So when he's saying that I shall be telling this with a sigh. Now sigh means a deep breath. Now sigh could also be very happy, a happy sigh. Oh, sigh of relief. Oh, finally, I have chosen something and I wanted this, so I have got this. Or it could be a sigh of, disappointment. Oh, I could have gone the other way. Then it would have been something else. It could be that, yes, I shall be telling this with a sigh, right? That it has made all the difference. Now, this difference that he's talking about, is this a positive difference or a negative difference? That is still remaining unsolved. Okay, that we need to question again and again, right? So when it comes to tough decision in our lives, we always know that no matter what we finally choose, eventually we will regret not being able to try that possibility that was left uncharted by us. Of course, we cannot take both the roads, right? One road would be remaining uncharted, and at the end, we might regret of having not explored that road, or we could also regret the fact we try to comfort ourselves. Okay, thank God, because we don't know that what was the outcome of that road if we had taken that road. We do not know, right? So somehow we try to console ourselves. No, thank God I did not take the other road. I had taken the one that was not traveled by many people. Although initially he had said that, he's kind of contrasting his own opinion, because initially he had said that both the roads were same, right? So there is a kind of dilemma, which ends also with a dilemma. So this dilemma is very natural in all human beings. That is exactly what the message of this poem is, right? So in this stanza, the character is already imagining the regret he will feel and decide. So is this a regret, or will he be happy? That is still a question. Okay, would this sigh mean regret, or would this sigh mean that, okay, finally a sigh of respite, that I have done something unique? That is a question that is still unanswered. That is completely on you how you take it, right? So people, he decides he will tell people he chose that, he had chosen that road which was less traveled by, to come across such a person who had taken a chance and succeeded in life. So that is what he's saying, that he's going to tell people finally that he had chosen the road less traveled by, although in the initial stanzas he had already mentioned that both the roads were looking the same, right? So that is, the self contrasting character of this poem, right? So in reality, we could also say that the character is again and again trying to convince himself that, that he has done something unique, and he is standing out, and that this off quoted line that has made all the difference is somehow again ending with a sort of dilemma. So this teaches us that you never know where life is going to take you, so enjoy the journey. Okay, so pre-planning what the end of the road looks like for yourself. So when he is actually standing near the forked road and trying to waver, trying to look at where it is bending in the undergrowth, he is kind of trying to pre-plan. So that pre-planning is, fruitless, because when he is going to that road, he is traveling a distance, he sees, although initially he saw that no, this road is looking as if it is filled with grass, and it is wanted where it's want I mean it is not frequented by many people. However, after traveling certain distance, he understood that it was not the same case, because both the roads were same. And then he says that maybe I would choose the next road, the other road which I have left uncharted, later on, for the next day. I am keeping the next road for the next day. However, we cannot return back, as there is no turning back, right? So the thing is, we should enjoy the journey instead of pre-planning. Okay, right? So, and building regret is silly, especially you haven't started the journey in the first place. So the important part, the important message is that we need to start our journey. Life is about the path you do choose to walk through, and not about the road not taken. Okay, so do not think about the road which you have not taken, but think about the road which you have taken. So that comes to the title also, the road not taken. Okay, so I shall be telling this. Okay, so this is an assonance over here, somewhere ages and ages hence, right? So a, so that is assonance. Okay guys, and this is the vocabulary in case you find some difficult word, right? So this is for your help. So before you go, guys, let me end this with a beautiful message also. So this poem actually talks about the beauty of the journey, right? So the journey is important and not the destination, guys. So be uh, try to explore as much as possible, okay, and enjoy the beautiful life that you have. Enjoy the journey that you are in, and do not think about the consequence, because no matter how much you pre-plan, and after traveling a certain distance, you would again face the dilemma of thinking that maybe that road which I left was way better, or maybe you could think that both the roads are same. Okay, so let's try the next one, but ultimately you will not be able to return to the next one, right? So these dilemmas are very common, and sometimes we need to let go of one choice, and yes, we need to take the other path. So that is the beautiful message of this poem. And before you go, guys, don't forget to, yes, subscribe to Vedantu. Okay, Vedantu Pro subscription, because one subscription, so many benefits, guys. So these are the steps. Choose your grade, choose your board, and all the details that I've already explained is mentioned over here. You need to click on the subscription part. You have three types of subscription: 1 month, 3 months, and 6 months. So whatever you want. Basically, convenient would be 6 months, because that is going to be less costly than the 1 month, but again it is completely flexible, so whatever you choose, right? And coupon code is, don't forget the coupon code, SWREPRO, that is the coupon code. So visit the link, and I'm looking forward to see you all very soon, and I hope you have enjoyed the session, guys. So do comment in the comment section about how would you apply the message of the beautiful poem that you have read in your lives, right? So don't forget to comment, drop your comment in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching, and you can reach me out at any time. Okay, thank you. Bye bye. Take care. See you again in the next session.